Welcome everyone, welcome. Justin M. Bailey here. There will not be a Zelda 2 video this week as much as I wanted to make one, but unfortunately I got sick, which sucks. I hate being sick. Who doesn't like being sick? Actually, that's not true. I loved being sick when I was a kid because that meant didn't have to go to school, could bust out some RPGs, life was good. But no, it sucks now because I just want to keep moving. I want to keep making stuff. I don't necessarily mind uh, how slow my channel is growing, just so long as at least it feels like I can keep things moving. Do you know what I mean? But no, things are coming to a dead stop, and no, I mean no happy. The one thing I will say that is cool is this is the first time I've gotten sick since last February. I almost went a whole year without getting sick, and I mostly attribute this not just to the fact that I avoid most people like the plague, especially people with my last name. No, also because, well, I've been dabbling with a lot of that Wim Hof stuff for a year. I haven't been lately, and maybe that's why I got sick. Because that's a long story, but no, for this year I've been constantly exposing myself to cold. If it's up until recently, I've almost worn shorts the entire year. If it's 30 degrees, I might just go out in a t-shirt. And whenever there's a nice snowfall, I bathe in it. Oh, and did I mention cold showers? I've been doing cold showers all year for at least 2 minutes. I expose myself to the coldest setting the shower can give me, which is pretty good for upstate New York. But so yeah, it's like I think that stuff works great, and I think it's helped prevent me from not getting sick other than right now. But I'm sick. Here I am, kind of rambling on a little, a la Jeff Goldblum, but that's okay. But I felt like I needed to do something, which is also why I'm making this video. But nothing too mental intensive like video editing and audio recording, because that'll just make my head hurt and my ears are so freaking stuffed. But the one thing I did, if you just want to help me out, I'm sick for God's sake, come on, do me a solid. But I have three quick little pitches right here to just exactly on the rare occasion when people ask me what is my novel about, I have three quick ones of what perhaps I should tell them, and you tell me which one sounds good. Like I said, eventually, this is a very long-term project, but yes, eventually, grow some vegetables, go to a farmer's market, sell some veggies, sell some bread. I've been making a lot of bread lately. It's easy and fantastic. And also physical copies of my novel. And just, I think that's a very charming way to sell books, don't you think? And then either way, sometimes people ask me, and they're definitely going to ask me, you know, at potentially a couple years from now at farmers markets, but here it is. Here's my three pitches of what I think I should tell them. Please let me know below which one sounds good. Number one, it's a fantasy story about an elf named Nolan who is in danger of losing his sanity and perhaps his soul after years upon years of working and getting too deep into Autumn's most infamous and dangerous of dungeon correctional facilities, the Ogre Dungeon, but especially with the new admittance of one Lord Garland Macmillan. Lord Garland Macmillan, once the most revered and beloved elf in the kingdom, now is reduced to nothing more than its most infamous of monsters, reduced to nothing more than a bloodthirsty mad elf after committing the largest magical mass murder in all of Autumn's history. That's the first one. Number two, it's about dungeons. They say write what you know. Well, I know dungeons pretty darn good. I worked a real-life dungeon for 6 years as an officer, I'm proud to say, and before that, I spent my entire adolescence playing a butt-ton of fantasy video games, all of which revolving around dungeons in some way or another, raiding them, fighting monsters in them, searching them for buried treasure. Well, let me tell you something. After 6 years of doing all these things in real life, this novel, that I call The Dungeon, is the buried treasure that I got from that place, and I had to fight very hard from get it. And then finally, number three. It's about a mad scientist in the 1980s that somehow discovers a way to make time travel possible, but only if he's going at least 88 miles per hour, so he turns an old Ford Mustang into a time machine, but then accidentally gets attacked by some terrorists that he stole plutonium off of, and accidentally sends his assistant back to the year 1955, when his parents were about to first meet. And from here, things get even weirder. So, those are my 3 pitches. So, which one of those actually makes you want to go, I want to give this novel a try, and maybe read it? So there you go. Since I'm the sickie, if you could just do that for me, greatly appreciate it. And yes, unless I get double sick. And how would that be possible? We're going to get things moving again. We're going to have a nice Zelda 2 video that week. Haha. And keep going from there. Huzzah! Bye.